everyone, and welcome to the That Sam Law Show. And on today, we have a wonderful guest, one of my dearest friends. She is a mover, a shaker, and a millennial on the rise. And someone that I feel like I can relate to and wanted to share with you because I feel like you can relate to her too. Her name is Jillian Weston.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Sam.
Hey.
Thanks so much.
It's great to have you here. You're thanking me, but I want to thank you.
Well, thank you back. I'm excited to be here.
This is typically how a conversation with us goes. It's like, who loves who more, Sam or Jillian? Well, I'm going to say here at the That Sam Law Show, we love Jillian a lot. So, Jillian, tell us exactly, who is Jillian Weston?
It's a great question. I think I'm still figuring it out. But I own a digital marketing agency called Jillian Circus, and I am very passionate about making sure that professionals and business owners, especially small business owners, know and understand what they should receive from digital marketing and what the results are that they should have. So that's what I do.
I didn't ask her what she did. I asked her who she was, but we'll stick with that.
Well, they're one and the same.
Is it though?
I think it is.
I feel like I've seen other sides of you that have been awesome. Like, you care about the community and you care about people. It's much more than business. Even with your clients, it's about relationship, I feel like.
Yes, I do. I care a lot about relationships and community building. It's actually funny because it goes into digital marketing. You know, digital, especially social media marketing, is really about the community and is about getting to know the people in your community. Even if they are professionals or business owners, you still want to get to know them, know who they are, what they do, why they do what they do. So it really all comes together as one.
Getting to understand why people do what they do. So I gotta ask you, understanding why people do what they do, did you always want to be in marketing?
No, I never thought of myself as a business owner. I never thought of myself as doing marketing. And really, I thought that I was going to work for somebody, you know, get a job like everybody else. And this kind of just fell in my lap. I was working for a local hotel, and they didn't have anyone doing their social media. They didn't have anyone going to trade shows for them. And I loved doing all of that. I thought it was so much fun. And so I said I would do it. And from that, other people started asking me to do their marketing. And it just grew and grew and grew. And then I found my purpose in life. So it just took off from there.
That's awesome how you kind of stumbled upon your purpose. When you think about finding your purpose and you're like, hey, I'm going to do this, but instead I'm doing that. That might cause some confusion with people. They might be like, oh, you know, I thought you were this way, but you're not. You're kind of that way, or what should I expect from you? So what do you feel like people misunderstand about you the most?
I think people misunderstand everything about me. I think people misunderstand everything about anyone that they don't know very well, that they see, you know, on social media, or they see on TV, or they see on a podcast. I think everybody comes up with their own idea of who a person is based on their own experience. And so and then they put you in certain buckets or certain places because of those ideas that are in their head. And so, you know, I don't know. I do what I know is right, or what I think is right, or what I feel is right, and for the situation. And hopefully at the end of the day, people agree that it was the right thing to do. And if not, then I don't know what to tell you. So,
I mean, if they don't agree and your heart felt like it was right, it's probably right.
Yeah. Yeah, in my experience.
I mean, listen, I don't know anything. I know nothing. That's what I tell everyone, you know. But I feel like if you can go to sleep at night with the understanding of what you did and feeling like, you know what, today I accomplished all I set forth, then what does it matter what the rest of the world thinks?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think that, you know, there's certainly been many, many, many times in my career where people have made me doubt what I'm doing. If I'm doing it the right way, if I'm doing what I should be doing, if I'm doing enough of what I should be doing, if I'm offending somebody, or if I'm not offending somebody, or if what I'm doing is the right process or the right way. And time and time again, I'm proved that whenever somebody tries to kind of like shake the way that I do things, that I end up going off track and I end up trying to overcompensate. I try to, you know, please them instead of doing what I know is right to do, and it always ends up backfiring every single time. So, you know, people are going to judge you, people are going to question you, people are going to, especially the higher you get, the more popular you get, the more people know who you are, they're going to start to like question your motives or your strategies or whatever the case may be, but you are doing it your way for a reason, and that's what's going to get success. Right. So you just have to keep like remembering to like stay true to you, and it will work in the end.
Staying true to yourself is important. I think, okay, so some people may or may not know this, but I'm in industries that are really like, they're all about looks. Like they care about your mind to a degree. Because I'm on the other, I feel like I'm in marketing, but I kind of feel like I'm in another maybe room of it. You know, like we're all in the same house, but I might be in a different room. And sometimes you share those rooms with me.
Yeah.
You know, there's been times where you've asked me, hey, you come out and do this, come out and do that. And I'm eager to hop in that room with you. But I don't know that your aspect of marketing is so eager to always hop in that room with me. Getting in front of a camera is not easy. Being in front of a crowd is not easy. None of those things are easy, but I feel oftentimes like I'm almost always under scrutiny. You know, people are constantly making judgments about me because of that room that I'm in. They're constantly making judgments. They're constantly like, oh, you know, Sam's got on this and Sam's got on that, and maybe she should have wore this, or maybe she should have wore her hair like that, or maybe she should even be a little more covered up, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, I feel good like this, you know? I feel good saying what I need to say in front of people in my G's, and I feel good saying them now that I can wear them again in front of in my 4, 5, 6-inch heels. You know, and there's something magical in that. There's something powerful in that. Really staying true to yourself and saying, all right, the world looks at me one way. They look at Sam one way. They look at Jillian one way. But this is who I see I am, and who I see myself as is working, and it's making an impact. It's making a difference. It's elevating businesses. And while it's elevating those things, it's elevating myself. Oh, I just went like off.
You're right, though. That's true. I mean, I think it actually, the first time I met you really was that interview I did with you back in March, and which seems like so much further away than it is. But, and you said something, you read a quote by Maya Angelou that said, and I can't think of the exact quote, you might know it off the top of your head, but it was about basically that you can do anything and you can be anything, and it doesn't matter what people's idea of what you're supposed to be is. You can do whatever it is that you want to do in your way. And that actually, like, I think that was actually the thing that made me fall in love with you when you said that, because it was so like true and real, because I think people have an idea of what a digital marketer is supposed to look like, or what they're supposed to do. I think they have an idea in their head of like what a model is supposed to look like, or what they're supposed to do, or what a TV show host is supposed to look like, or what they're supposed to do. And I think the really cool thing about reality television actually is that we see people that are all shapes, all sizes, and they are like doing it. Like they are doing amazing things, they're doing big things. And I think that it breaks that mold or that idea that you have to look and be a certain way or always act a certain way in order to achieve success. And I think that today you can be all kinds of different things as long as you're true to yourself, as long as it is you and it is the way you want to do it and how you want to do it, then you should do that and you will be successful. And you have to keep in mind, people that have been successful, it's not because they did what everybody else did, it's because they did something different. So doing it the same is not going to help you get ahead.
True. They added like their own special sauce to it.
Of course, yeah.
I used to live in Louisiana many moons ago. Wow, it doesn't seem like that many moons, but it was quite a few moons. And I went back maybe like 3 years ago, and I learned how to make the base of like gumbo, like a roux.
Yeah.
And there's so many things that go in a roux, but how you make it, how you season it, how long you let it simmer for, all those things matter. How dark it is, how light it is, they all matter, and they all bring a different flair or a different flex to your dish, you know? And I think that that's what, while we might do similar things, we might do the exact same thing, I think that's what makes it special, is your roux, your special sauce. McDonald's calls it the special sauce, but I don't know how special it is. So it hasn't been duplicated yet. So, but still, like, those things matter. It's what differentiates you, Burger King from McDonald's. I'm sure we'd say a lot, but look, the base is burgers, right?
Yeah.
So, that what you said was impactful, especially the part about, you know, all the different shapes and sizes and types of people. What we expect someone to look like, someone to be like, someone to speak like, it might not be who they are. And are we going to appreciate what they bring, or are we going to, I don't know, kind of like run from it or be fearful? I feel like it's fear. Like, be fearful of it and not allow that person to be, because of our, and when I say our, I mean the audience, expectations of how someone should be. How should Jillian Weston be? How should this millennial be? How should this digital marketer be? Or how should Sam be? You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of bugged out. I gotta ask you this. You know, if you could be one thing other than what you're doing right now, you know, what would it be?
If I could do something other than what I'm doing, it's funny. Every time I play this game, like, if I don't do that, because we all have those moments of doubts, right? Like that moment where, like, what am I doing? This is crazy. I should give this all up and go, like, do whatever. And it all always ends up coming back to marketing, which is funny. I like play out the scenario, and I'm like, I'd end up doing marketing. But if it's like one of those funny things. There's two things that I would love to do. One, I would love to be on Sesame Street. That, like, literally is my dream. Sesame Street, if you're watching, please call me. Like, I want to talk to Elmo. But the other thing that I would love to do, you know those people that pick out the colors for the nail polish?
Wait, what?
The people that pick the colors for the, so there's a special job. But you have to go to, like, art school. Like, it's a whole big deal.
I need to know everything you know about this this very minute.
So you know when you pick out nail polish, right? There's a color name. Like, there's some name for the color. So there's people that choose those names, and, like, they create the collections. And I would love to be that person that, like, picks the names for the nail polish colors and just says, like.
But look at, like, you got to go to art school to do that, right?
Yeah, it's like you have to.
What the heck?
School.
Like, okay.
It's like a whole thing.
Let's look at this path. So you start out, you like crayons, right?
Yeah.
You're like, you know what, Mommy, I need that box of Crayola. I don't want the 12 pack, I don't want the 8, I need the 64 color box, right? You start out there. Then you're, like, flexing into, like, watercolors. You're doing a little tracing. I don't know what you do. You grow up. You get in high school. You get in the advanced art class. Yeah. And you're like, oh, I'm going to carry this on out. You know, it's a little different from back when I was in school. I'm sure you got to do, like, some internet type of class. Like, you got to do some digital art. Like, you have to.
I think you have to go to, like, a fashion institute. You have to go to, like, a fashion college.
So you go to a fashion college.
Or, like, a design college.
Or you go to a design school. So you're talking about FIT. Shout outs to FIT. My aunt's an amazing business professor there. She also has a clothing line. We won't talk about that right now. We'll talk about it later. But there's also Parsons, like, there's all these schools. Yeah. There's all these schools. You got to go to this school.
Yeah.
And then after you get out of school, everybody's throwing the caps and gowns. You're like, all right, here I am. My cap and gown's thrown. I got my transcripts sent out. I'm on interviews. And you pull up to this job at KISS. That's the only nail polish company I could think of off the top of my head.
OPI, SE.
Okay, none of them are sponsors of this show.
No, sorry.
But you pull up on them, And you're like, all right, I'm at Opie. And they're like, all right, we got this one opening.
Yeah.
Just one. You're going to name the nail polishes. Jillian would have been like, that's it.
And I would have gotten that job, let me tell you. I would get that job.
So what would you name my nail polish?
Oh, I mean, something, I think Sam and Law, potentially. Maybe Lawless.
Law? Oh, well, you know what? You're hired.
Do I have the job? Do I have the job?
You know what? She got the job. Lawless by Sam Law. OB. What else we got? Sally, I don't know, Sally Hansen.
Yeah.
Who else? Whoever y'all are out there. I want
here.
a nail polish called Lawless. And we got to have one called
The Circus.
Jillian Circus.
Yeah.
Yes, the Circus.
Yeah. I want a circus line.
How did you
I want a
come up
Sam
with
Law
that?
line, the name for the
Yeah.
company. Not from nail polish. Although now I wish I did.
Hey.
So I was very young when I started my company. I was only 23 years old. So when I was thinking of inspiration or ideas, elephants are my favorite animal. They are amazing creatures. They're good luck in a lot of cultures, and just their behavior alone are things that I always I guess look after or think about, because they're very family oriented. They're actually women led. The female elephant is the charger. And they're very protective over their babies, but they also care about the community as a large. So like if they come across the bones of a dead animal, even if it's their enemy, like if they come across like a lion or a cheetah or something like that, they will actually pick them up and cry. And sometimes they bury them, like they give them like a funeral.
Wow.
Yeah. So elephants, and they're constantly saving other animals from water or any type of something. So they just have all these characteristics that I really love. And so when I was naming a company, and at the time, I didn't really know exactly where this company was going to go fully. I was kind of feeling it out and figuring it out. So I was looking up elephant things, and zoo came up, but that was kind of overused. And then I saw all these like amazing pictures of circuses, and which is very difficult to say in plural, which I learned later. But so I was looking up all these amazing pictures, and I was thinking to myself, like, my life is kind of a circus right now. Like, I'm doing all these different things. Like, so many parts are going on. There's all these acts and, and all this, like, glitter and glamour, but, like, also all this, like, craziness that I'm juggling. And I thought, you know what? My clients feel the same way. Like, they all feel like they're part of, like, this crazy circus, right? So, so that's how it came up. So it was Jillian Circus. And it stuck. And I'll tell you, a lot of people said, don't name your company that. They're not going to know that you do digital marketing, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, good thing I was young and like super naive and like didn't realize this would actually be a big company one day, because it was that like innocence and being so naive to like the situation that I didn't respond to them, and I just kept doing what I do. And now it's so well known, like people will know the name and they remember the name. I mean, you say it once, people like know exactly who it is. People think my last name is Circus. Like I'm just like one and the same. So, yeah, that's how the name came about.
Jillian Circus.
Yeah.
I like it. I remember when I heard it, I was like, oh, that's cool. What the heck did she do? I had no idea. When you hit me up that day and you were like, I heard of you about the Unicorn Network. I didn't know you were in marketing, which kind of actually all makes sense. I had no idea, so I was like, all right. So when I looked you up and I saw it was like Jillian Circus, let me look into this. And then I saw the mic, like I was like, oh, it's marketing. Okay, I'm gonna like this girl. I know it.
And it worked out.
It did. It formed a bond,
Yeah.
I really do like that name, Jillian Circus. And I like what you said, that, people were telling you, they're like saying, no, don't go by that. Go by some, what did they want you to call it? Jillian's Digital Marketing.
They did. That's what they wanted.
I'm going to ignore you. With Jillian Circus, I want to know more about it. I want to look into it. What's going on over there? Is it chaos? Is it beauty? Is it a little bit of both? I want to see what it's about. And plus, you're juggling so many things. You juggle a lot.
Yes.
You juggle a lot.
Don't we all?
Do we? I don't think I juggle as much as you know?
I think you do.
No. You run a networking group, you run a business, you also have to keep yourself well as a public figure because, I mean, that's who you've become out here in Long Island. You're very empowering to a lot of women, a lot of young men. We look up to you, we admire you, and we appreciate you. How do you juggle all those hats? Like, you know, how do you do that?
I don't, not well. I hired someone to do that for me. That's a tip for everybody. Make enough money to hire someone to help you. I do. I have an assistant who is absolutely fantastic, and she really manages like my schedule and organizes everything for me. Calendaring is very important. I don't know if that's a word or not. That's why I made a face. But
we accept new words here at the Sam Law Show. So calendaring.
Calendaring, yes, is extremely important. So one of the biggest tips that I'm trying to do better at and get better at is being like very consistent about my calendar. So basically, if I have staff meetings, the staff meeting happens like the same day of every month. If I do if I'm going to do a podcast, which I don't do, I leave it to the experts. But if I were to do something like that, like I would keep it the same day at the same time every week. So I try to be like very consistent, and that way I can organize things around what I know is happening. Right. I also have certain times that I will meet with people, and certain times that I don't do meetings, or certain times that I do like organizations or clubs, things like that, and times that I won't. So being very consistent with your calendar and very organized with your calendar and will help you actually manage your time much better. So that's something that I do, and I would like to do even more intensely moving forward.
Right. I don't think people really understand the importance of self-managing. Like, how do you manage yourself? When you just said all that, you didn't really mention the ins and outs of what you have to do every single day when you step foot in the office. You talked about the holistic view of what you have to do and how you color code that and then give it a date and time. But one of the things that I like that you said was even the times where I won't take meetings. So you even manage your self-care.
Yeah, self-care, sort of, yeah. I mean, there's other things that I have to do aside from meet with people. So like, once you meet with somebody, there's work involved after that meeting. We all have that, right? So it's not just that meeting. It's not just that one time. You then have to do something. So if I have a big project that I have to do, I will literally put it into my calendar when I'm doing that project and how long that will take. So if I have to send emails or if I have to do follow-up, I literally have on my calendar like follow-up times, like check emails, send invoices. Like I literally have blocked times every week that I do those things. So if I have to post to my own social media, like I have a blocked time in my calendar where I do that, and that's my time to do that. And that way I don't, schedule anything over that or overschedule myself, which I used to do all the time. I used to like way overschedule myself. And then also I give myself breaks. Like, you know, I do need to do human things like eat food.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like, so.
Something that Sam Law needs to do more of.
Yeah, is eat food and like breathe, you know.
Yeah,
so
to add that to the list, breathe.
Yeah, you can calendar it. You just put that, just breathe. Yeah.
We're gonna do that right now. Let's take a breathing break. All right, 10 seconds on the clock. We'll wait till the clock is at 8, 9, 10. Ready? 10 seconds.
Oh, you have to let it out. I don't actually know how to breathe.
In through your mouth and out through your nose. All right, time.
I know people that like teach, like I had a friend back in the day that used to like teach how to breathe, and I was like, that's excellent.
You keep talking about all these weird jobs, like there's a job for nail polish.
Well, she did yoga and like
yeah. I was gonna say,
there's like more to
what's
it.
a job that teaches you how to breathe? Someone put it in the comments because I need to know it. I know my Apple Watch will literally be like, breathe. It's like, stop being so aggressive about it. I tried earlier, it didn't work. Take 2 minutes and breathe. I don't have a moment on my schedule. Stop it, you know. It's like, thanks, but
Apple,
no thanks.
Stop it. Stop making me do things.
But that's important. Self-care is important. Yoga, I like yoga. I'm a yoga girl. Oh, man. Once I discovered the magic of yoga, just taking a moment to stretch things out. I didn't know how much it would mean to me later because I discovered it at like 14, 15, really. I'm in a transparency moment. I was a teenage mom. I had a kid at 15. My body was already changing, but it's going through double changes because I'm a mom at 15.
Yeah.
So to alleviate, the stress of all that, yoga was what I turned to.
Yeah.
And now at however old I am at the moment, I'll leave it up to you to find out. Yoga is my best friend, stretching, all those things, and then of course breathing.
Yeah.
Taking a moment.
I should get into that. A lot of people told me to get into yoga. I've tried it a few times. There was one where you could just it was like sort of napping in position, and I enjoyed that. That was great.
Oh, yoga nidra.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I do
where you
that.
kind of just lie one way and then you lie another way.
I forced my
excellent.
boyfriend to try it like 2 weeks ago. He just fell asleep.
Well, yeah. I was close. I don't know about being like a flamingo in a tree and like all those different things.
Oh, man.
But I liked napping in different positions. That was super fun.
Listen, the yoga nidra is amazing. That couple of minutes that you're napping.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a powerful couple of minutes.
I see naps. This is a true belief of mine, and naps are wasted on the kindergarten classes.
Facts. We need them now. We need siestas, y'all. Make siestas a thing in America.
Yeah. We need to bring
real.
that from Europe here, where like at 3 o'clock, everything just shuts down. Like everyone shuts down. Everyone just shuts down, and everyone like eats and naps, and like that's it.
That's it. That's all you do. Like it would be great. Well, we're gonna get ready to wrap up. I'm gonna ask you this last question, and this is the fun one. I always ask a fun question. What is one question you wish someone would ask you? Anybody that's interviewed you, because you said you've been interviewed a lot, and how would you answer it?
Oh my goodness. And this is the question that of course I'm not prepared for. What is one thing I wish people asked me and how would I answer it? This is the kind of question where I think of the answer that I would want to say on the ride home. Not right now. But I guess I wish people, I like to talk, and maybe I'll answer it this way. I like to talk about the etiquette of digital marketing, of the digital marketing space, and I like to talk about how you should behave on social media and on digital marketing platforms. And I won't go into it fully because we'll run out of time. But I do like to talk about how to be considerate on social media and how to play by social media's rules and their sort of don't try to cheat the system, I guess. A lot of people in my industry, they try to like shortcut things or cheat things in order to get better results. But at the end of the day, the program will know. So you don't ever want to cheat or mislead the digital marketing sites themselves because they can punish you by shutting you down or by taking away followers from you or taking away certain features that might help you. There's different ways that they can kind of get back at you. So you always want to do it right from the beginning.
Well, that's a hot tip. And I thank you for that was perfect. Most people be like, what was the question again? You were like, all right, I'm gonna answer the question with the answer to the question that I wish people would ask me. I loved it. I thought it was great. Thank you for that. A lot of people don't know that in social media land while they're either trying to build their brands or become social media superstars, whatever it is, it's good to work with the algorithms and their systems as opposed to against. Well, if you need a place to go find how to do that, how to get your media out there, how to attract a new consumer base and all of those things, please check out Jillian Circus. Go on her website. Jillian, I don't know your website by heart. You got to tell the world about it.
Oh, my website is very easy. It is www.jillianscircus.com. You could also find me at Jillian@jilliancircus.com, or you could search Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Google my business for Jillian's Circus. Oh, and TikTok for Jillian Circus. So just Google Jillian Circus. You'll find me.
Well, Jillian, I want to thank you for taking out a moment to talk with us today on the That's Sam Law show. I really like saying that. You guys have no idea. It's not going to be like Wakanda forever, ever. No, I'm still like saying my name from here on out. Thank you for taking a moment with us. I'm going to bring you back. I know we got to have you back because there's some other cool things we didn't touch on, like your networking group. So the next time we have you back, we're going to get into that.
Sounds great, Sam. Thank you so much for having me on. This was so fun.
Thank you, everybody.